You ready? All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is our friend and the great Vinnie Vincent.
Hi, Vinny.
Wow. Thank you so much. You know, I feel like we are all friends. We are. Woo! See what I mean?
Wow. Oh, yes, yes, I have. No, that was funny. I'm telling you, I know. Okay, wow. I did. I just told him. I'm so lucky to know you. So much.
Hi guys.
Hi.
You know, I don't know what to say. This is the happiest day of my life right now. You know, I'm with you, and I feel like I'm alive again and reborn. You know, reborn, and life is the best it's ever been right now, right this moment. So I thank you so much for coming. You know, I love you all.
We thank you.
God bless you. Thank you so much. You guys are so wonderful.
Well, we know you're tired, so we're going to try to not make it too long. I'm curious, when you first got here, before you walked out, were you scared, or were you just ready to see everybody, or were you just like, let's do this thing?
You mean right now?
No, when you first came on Friday and you walked into the crowd.
Yeah, I was scared. Yeah, sure. You know, I didn't know what to expect anymore, and you know, it's been a long time, and a lot has happened, and you know, the world goes by. I just read it, you know, or someone tells me about it, and I go, God, it's so sad. You know, it's just, and so that changed everything when I walked on the stage and saw everybody, and the love that you had was so. It was like a jet engine just going, you know, it was so powerful, and it changed everything, you know. So I just want to make you guys happy. That's what's important to me, you know.
You always have.
You always have.
You always have, man.
It's you know, I feel like we are connected now, you know. We are friends, you know.
Yes.
Yes, sure.
You know, as an artist, when you have a gift, it doesn't belong to you anymore. It belongs to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Amen.
I've heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we need your art out there.
Oh, I have so much of it, and you know, it always comes from pain of one way or another, whether it's, you know, hard music or it's softer music or painful music, but it always comes from, you know, the times where I'm the most troubled, you know, where everything hurts all the time. That's when I write my best songs, you know, but there's a lot of music, you know, because there's been a lot of that, so I'm back if you want me.
What was it like to play guitar in front of a crowd last night for the first time? When's the last time you picked up a guitar in front of a crowd?
In front of a crowd? 20 years, you know, 22, 23 years.
How did it feel?
But you know, it felt like, this feels so good, I want to do this. Unfortunately, you can probably hear a little bit now. You know, I've been really tired, you know, so I haven't slept in days and days. So when I was trying to sing these songs last night, I'm going, I sound like shit. That's okay. Because I couldn't sing, you know. Because, you know, the notes are up here and my voice is down here now, so I couldn't hit the notes. But I said, that's okay. You know, the moment is here, and we're all together, and we just want to make take these memories home with us, you know? Because I take them home with me. You know, when I got about two hours sleep last night. I'm trying to fall asleep, and I saw everybody's face in my dreams, you know? And I'm thinking, I can't tell if I'm sleeping or awake, but everybody was there, and I'm going, hey, nice to meet you. But this is like a very beautiful time for me, and I'm so lucky, you know? Look at you, I'm so lucky that you're here, you know? And I just wanted to make you happy and take all your memories home with you, the same that you've left with me, you know? It's a lot of good memories, and we had a great time with Vinnie, we had a great time, you know? That's important to me, because I had the best time of my life this last 3 days. And all thanks to you, and thanks to this man who made it possible, you know?
When you first saw Rob Fleischman on Friday for the first time, when had you seen Rob before?
I haven't seen Rob in 35 years.
Because it was really emotional. Can you tell us about that?
Oh boy, I saw him outside today when we were coming in, and you know, it's when I saw him here, and I looked at him, he was crying, you know, and it was so many years, and we built Rob and I built a palace, you know, and on that first record, and that was the design, the architect, you know, the architecture, and it was a palace, and where him and I, where Rob and myself should have gone, would have been like this, always, 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 because, you know, he's very talented, and together we were like the perfect team, you know. It was like when I worked with Paul and Gene and Eric. We were the perfect team, you know. We had a chemistry that was absolutely incredible when, you know, and that's how Rob and I were. So what it was like a lot of regret, because we know that we could have gone on to so much and we didn't. And there are so many stories that you don't know. And the bullshit that people are feeding you guys, and not you, but the public, the bullshit makes me sick. Because I said, one day you're gonna really hear what really happened. I'm the only one that knows. They know, but they're not telling you. And what happened with the Vinnie Vincent invasion is sickening, but you don't know that. I know what happened. And everybody has self-serving narratives, you know, whatever suits them the best, that makes them look good. They tell you bullshit to make themselves look good. But what really happened, one day I will tell everybody, and you'll finally know. You know, we didn't talk about this last night, you know, or the day before, but it's you know, it's a long story, and when you know what happened, it explains everything. But I'll tell you what, the bullshit stories that Vinnie got kicked out of his own band is one of the biggest, one of hundreds of lies that is out there. And I can tell you just briefly what really happened was when I tried to keep Rob in the band, because I said, there's no fucking way, no way this other guy who can't sing, who's reduced my music to the level of a worse than a local bar band, you know, is gonna be in my creation. There's no way. And Chrysalis had changed management, and they were trying to quickly cash in on, you know, the young kid that appeals to the teeny poppers and this. I said, well, you do something else like that, but don't put him here, because that will never happen. So you either get Rob in and keep this, that's what they fell in love with. The record company fell in love with that. So for them to destroy my creation was disgusting. And they had new people in, and they said, that's okay, we just want to quick cash in on something. And I said, either you make the, you keep this, my creation with Rob, or I quit. I don't want to be on this label. You can't quit. We will can the record. We will not do this. We will not do that. And they said, you owe us 2 records. You owe us 2 records right now. So they said, you have to finish this tour. You can't stop anything because the machine is moving, and this is a big record. And so I had management that was not looking out for Vinnie, was looking out for himself, and everything changed. So once I began to tour, I said, how quick can I get out of this? This has to end now. And they said, you cannot end it now. You have to go through one more record. You have to do the tours, and then we have another option that we, the record company, will pick up. So for record number 3. So once All Systems Go came in, all the magazines, I want to tell you something, the first record, all the rock magazines at that time were saying, oh, this is the best fucking record that has come out in so long. Oh my God, this thing is hot, 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 hot. Because it was different from the records that were out at that time. There's nothing like it. They were all more like either Judas Priest type of records, or they were more like the Poison type of record, or the what? Cars, yeah. But there was nothing like the Vinnie Vincent Invasion. So the record, the radio stations jumped on it because they said, what the hell is this? You know, and everybody loved that record. So it sold big and it sold fast. Once this no talent individual came into the picture, everything went boom. It was like just like dropping a lead weight. And I saw that happen, and I thought, this is a sin. You know, everything that could have been was instantly over. So we recorded the video, Boys Are Gonna Rock video, and with a faker. It was like fake news, you know. So, trying to make you believe something that this is not what this is. So one thing led to another, it got worse and worse. I did the second record, and I had all these great songs that I said should sound like the first record, only this is the second record, you know? It follows the same everything, the same sound, the same, passion, the same intensity, the same power, and it was not there. And I remember, I never forget this, couple of writers from Kerrang! Magazine. I don't know if you remember Kerrang! Yes. They couldn't wait to come to California to come to Hollywood, to the recording studio to hear the new album. And I remember, I'll never forget, I'll always remember them coming in. They listened to the record and they said, wow, it's really great, Vinnie. Yeah, it's really, hey, thanks a lot, And I knew, I can't fake this because you can't hype it. You can't, all those interviews I gave back then, they were all bullshit. They were all just hype, Hype meaning, publicity company says, you gotta say this. This is how you have to do it. Make it this. Lie that, here's the lie. Tell everybody that you searched forever for a tape recording you got of this singer. That'll explain how much you love this singer and how much, he was valuable, that you had to search the world to find a tape of who he was. And I said, I'm not gonna do that. Well, you gotta do that because, you have to. So they spent all this money on all this bullshit that I knew. This is like, this is like the Hindenburg. This thing ain't gonna fly, So, did the second record, and the tour was a small tour, and I said, this is over. This is over. Everyone is fired. it was the last show with Celebrity Theater in Anaheim, and I said, "You're all fired." Actually, I told Bill back there, I said, I don't want anything to do with this. Bill, you have to fire these people because I'm going home. So I got in the limo, I went home, and I had all these songs, new songs ready for the Guitar Mageddon album. And I said, okay, we're gonna put Rob back in, we're gonna make the sound the way it was, So it was 1980, that was summer of 1988. A year passed, and I'm supposed to deliver Chrysalis record number 3. And I said, I want off this label. This is gonna end, and these people are just fired. A year goes by, and I was at the Meridian Hotel. My parents had come out from Connecticut, so we were in Coronado, and my manager, I had gotten a new manager at the time, and so he knew that I wanted out of this situation. So he calls me, it was September 29th. I'll never forget this day. So I'm at the hotel, and he calls me at the hotel, and he says, Chrysalis failed to pick up your option. The legal department failed to pick up your option. They missed the deadline. So they want to know if you will forgive that and waive it and accept their offer to record the 3rd record with Chrysalis. So in other words, they screwed up. Legally they screwed up. And I said to him, well, what if I don't waive the option? What if I don't waive it? What if I don't forgive their mistake? He says, then you're free. You're free to go. You don't have to be on Chrysalis anymore. I said, bye Chrysalis. I said, I'm out of here. Tell them I don't waive it. They fucked up. It's their problem, and I'm free. That's the truth. So Vinnie being kicked out of his own band was a disgusting lie, and it's bullshit, and it's sad that nobody, is told the truth after all these years, and that's what really happened.
Well, thanks for saying that, though, because it's pretty easy to say, right? You just...
Well, that's the truth. That's what happened. That is what happened. And there's always what really happened, and if that isn't told, then someone else will say, well, fuck that, I'll tell you what happened, so it'll make me look good. It's skewed, yeah. And then, you get these jerk-offs that come on the internet and say, oh, the record didn't sell anything. I did an audit of my 2 Chrysalis records, and I did an audit of the royalties that they should have owed me in the year 2000. So that was 18 years ago. And first Vinnie Vincent Invasion album sold 1,700,000 records. And the second All Systems Go album only sold 600,000 records. So Chrysalis had owed me in back royalties at that time over $2 million. And when I went to collect that money, the statute of limitations ran out on the contract. So they got away with murder, and I got cheated for a lot of money. And I tried. I had lawyers everywhere, and they said, you're fucked. The statute ran. So this is all contributing to why you haven't heard from me, why I never came back. It was like, there was just too much pain, too much. It was one after another, and it changes a person, after all that time, and you don't want to change, but there's no way you get around it. It's how much pain can you take, So
that's hard.
But that was just part of, all of these terrible things that happened.
So how does it feel after 3 days being surrounded by all this love and support? What do you take away from this?
It's good medicine, it's a lot of good healing. I start to feel things again that were dead, you know. So it's like feeling coming back in your hands or your fingers after you can't feel anything anymore.
For us too.
So you pay a price when you can't feel. You know, we've all been there. It's part of life, but you know, you pay a price when you can't feel things, you know, and sometimes you love the pain because it's all you know, and you hold it and you say, I know this is my friend.
That's the comfort sometimes in his back.
Yeah, but the other part, I don't know so well. So you guys, you know, really are part of you know, making it feel good again. So
We all fucking love you, man.
We love you.
That's what we have.
it's been a really emotional time for me. I can't remember the last time I blubbered like this, you know. So, but I thank you so much.
That's okay, though.
I'm so honored to be here, you know, to be with everybody, you know. So honored.
Can I
mean,
get-
if it wasn't for my guitar, I don't know what the hell I would have done. But,
Amen.
I mean, that basically was the thing that saved me, you know, after all this time. So
I have to say this out loud. It's been years since anybody has seen or heard from you, and you're 3 days into this, and this is my first day to get to see you, but I'm telling you, you have so much love to you from us here, around the world. I mean, so much. You need to stay where you're at, which is, I'm just saying, you need to stay where you're at. It's time.
it's so hard to believe that this is what's going on now, you know.
We've got people that come in from different states and different countries for this, for you. Finland.
Spain,
Canada.
Argentina,
Yes.
Spain, Chile, Finland. I mean, that is Mexico, Bridgeport, Connecticut. I got family here almost
Yes.
from Connecticut, New Haven. I'm thinking, really? Is this really? Are you guys really here for me? You must be here for somebody else. You can't be here for me. But boy,
We'd all buy a new album.
I got, you know, and the funny thing is I got all this stuff and I just wanted everybody to hear it and enjoy it. You know, all this stuff I've recorded since I was 14 years old, you know, and I said, you know, all this great stuff from, you know, all the months of recording songs on the Paramount, you know, movie lot, you know, for the Happy Days stuff.
Yeah.
And I got all this stuff and I used to bring my tape recorder everywhere. And oh God, that's incredible. That is incredible. Here's how that happened. There was a friend of mine. His name was Bennett Salve, and I met him through a band. And he was, you know, he's a keyboard player and he's a really talented musician. And I met him at Warner Brothers Amigo Studios in LA, where Van Halen records. And he came in to play on one of my demos one time, and he said, do you want to write some songs with me? He says, I'm the music director for all the Paramount shows, for Happy Days, Johnny Loves Chachi, Laverne and Shirley. I said, what do you mean? He says, I do all the music for that stuff. I said, what do you mean? He said, I didn't understand what he said. Yeah, I coordinate the music, I produce it, I write it. He says, we really need some songs. Would you want to write some songs? I said, yeah, wow. This was about 8 months before I joined KISS. So that's how strange this was. This was in summer of 1981, and I joined KISS in fall of 1982. So he said, come on down to the Paramount, you know, TV lot. And I said, what do you mean come down there? He says, oh, just meet me on the Happy Days set, and there's a piano there, we'll wheel it in. You just bring your acoustic guitar and your tape recorder, and we'll just sit around and write the songs. So I'm going, really? He says, yeah, there'll be a pass for you at the gate. You know, just like we watch these movies, you know, and these people are coming in through the gate, and they got the cops there, and they get, your name, please? You know, I say, Vinnie Vincent. And I've got my old car, you know, my beater, you know, my 65 Dodge Dart. I always never forget this. And I'm driving, okay, go ahead, and lot number, whatever. So I'm going, wow, man, this is amazing, you know, all this, you know, they're recording TV shows, movies here, and I go, gee, this is fun. Look at me here, you know, this is like more important than anything. So I'm driving through, and I find a lot. I said, where's the Happy Days? It's over there, you know. So I walk in, I've got my acoustic guitar, my little thing. And so Bennett says, Vinny, over here. Let's come out, we're right over here. So, and I'll never forget this because, you know, I used to watch Happy Days, you know, and I'm thinking, this is, wow, this is terrific. So I didn't know how these shows were recorded. So I go in, and, you know, there's the set, you know, like their living room, their kitchen, their dining room, their this, whatever. So he said, come out, we'll right in the kitchen. You know, I said, really? I said, you mean the Cunningham's kitchen? He said, yeah, come on, bring your guitar. So we're sitting right there at the kitchen table. I said,
Wow.
God, if my friends could see this is like amazing. And to me, it was amazing. And week after week after week, you know, I'd meet them there, days after days. And, you know, eventually I got to know some of the people, you know, with the show. They were just, you know, fun times. They were just more fun.
They were happy
days.
They really were. But the songs were really nice. And so what I have as part of the Vinnie Vincent Archives is all of those tapes that we recorded that you can hear us sitting at, well, you can't see it, but this is where they were recorded, and him saying, I like that chord, I don't like that chord. How about this? Da, 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 da. Yeah, that works. Yeah. And that kind of development. But I've got hours and hours of that kind of stuff with Gene and Paul. So from Revenge, all the songs we wrote, we demoed, we didn't, you know, from all the stuff from Creatures of the Night and the stuff that was on there that never made it to the record. And when I was listening to it, I said, you know, I think, you know, the fans that like all this stuff, it really is a fascinating trip to just sit there and hear how, you know, how this people sit down and write a song and how it happens. So, God, I got versions of Unholy that how that began and how it ended and where it began. I got lyrics. I mean, I got books of lyrics that, you know, these were things that, yeah, no, it's great. I got versions of that. Paul and I in the studio for all the Revenge songs that didn't get on the record, and oh God, the Lick It Up stuff that didn't get on the record that I've got.
Yeah. We need to hear it.
I got the Guitarmageddon. Oh boy, the tracks I've got never were heard before. They're not on the internet, nobody. And they're like the master, you know, versions of all of this. And I gotta tell you, there's this bootleg out, and somebody did something real shitty, and they put this Warrior CD out. And this is a bullshit CD put out by these three losers that are trying to, you know, capitalize off of my name. Now, let me tell you some stories about that because you should know. Somebody said you should hook up with these guys. I did. I rehearsed with them and I said basically no talent. There's no talent here. And I recorded some demos. I thought no talent. This is worthless. And then KISS came, you know, the door opened for that shortly after. So everybody tries to capitalize off of my work or my name, and this was one of them. So if you see this CD, if you want to hear those songs, I've got the original tapes, the master tapes, but what they're doing is a disgrace, and they could be in a lot of trouble if I decide I want to pursue it, you know? There's trademark infringement, there's copyright infringement, and, you know, these are dangerous things for people to play with, and to get away with just for a few bucks. So, you know, if you see this Warrior CD, it's crap. Stay away from it. It's a bootleg, and it's everything I just said. So,
I got two last things. We're gonna see some new music.
Are these
from-
stories okay for you guys? I mean,
Yes.
do you like hearing these stories?
Yes.
Because if you don't, you never know what's really going on, you know? And I think it's time people know the truth. There it is. It's right here.
Is there coming some new music?
I was just gonna ask you, are we gonna have some new music from you soon?
Well, I have been writing a lot of songs all this time, you know, and it's where my mind, my heart is at that time, you know, and they're pretty interesting songs, you know. So yeah, I'm hoping that I will get to them to record them and put them out. One time during the lawsuit, during the KISS lawsuit, I said, you know what, my revenge for the unnecessary pain they caused me was I'm gonna write a KISS album that is the best KISS album that they've ever would have had. And I do. I have that album. So,
I want it. Would be the one to have.
Yeah, I want it too.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 8 songs that I said, this is one hell of a KISS album. So, in my heart, I did it for me because at that time, that was my way to say, you know, I don't know what'll happen with this, but it was my way to feel, you know, a sense of balance.
I understand.
On that note, Vinnie, I cannot thank you enough for this journey that brought us here.
This was a long journey, and to see you here is like the most amazing thing that's ever happened to me. And I'm so happy, and
Well, I
all I
think
can say is God bless
it's
everybody.
amazing for us,
Thank you.
man. It's amazing. I can just speak for so many people. It's amazing for all these people too. I think it's amazing for me to come down from Canada. And those guys in Norway and Sweden. It's amazing for all of us. It really is.
Well, I'm just happy that you're happy because you
I
brought me.
think we are.
You guys
I
have
am.
brought me more happiness than
and
I ever thought I could feel. So thank you so
And I
much.
think it's only appropriate. I'm going to step aside. I'm going to let you say the closing words of the Atlanta KISS Expo. And thank
Those
you.
words of the Atlantic is this.
Yeah, I want you to just say from the heart whatever you want to say. But I think you should have the final words for the weekend. So.
You know, all I could really say to everybody here is, you've made me so happy, and I just hope I've made you as happy as I feel right now. You know, I'm taking every one of you, you know, with me. You know, so everything, all this love and passion that everybody has here, I'm taking it home with me. You know, and it's like a new life, a new day, and for me, I'm telling you what. You know, I've finally been able to find peace. It's been a long time, but for the last 7 years, 6-7 years, you know, I've finally learned what it's like to wake up in the morning and say, thank you, God, for this day. Life is so incredible. I can't believe I am on this beautiful journey that we all take for granted. You know, we get up, we're tired, go to bed, but rarely did I ever realize how incredible it is to be alive. Because in my opinion, we are all living a miracle that we're not even aware of. So what we do with our time here is truly important, and unless you realize how important that is, you squander it. And then if you do find the wisdom at some point in your life to realize, I fucking blew it, I'm out of time. I didn't do anything with this. I didn't find this, or I didn't find that, or what I could have done, what I could have been, maybe if I had some humanity in me or compassion, maybe this thing would have changed or whatever. You know, because for each of us, it's all different. So it's something I found, you know, it's some little gem I found that I realized I could wake up and say, thank you, Jesus, thank you, God, because I'm Catholic, Roman Catholic, so, you know, I see this man on the cross when I was a little child, and it's never changed. So never will for me, but every day I say, thank you, God, for this incredible miracle that I'm still here. Because I shouldn't have been here, you know? There were too many times that I know I would not be here. Why I'm still here, to me, is a mystery. Because I'm watching everybody die, you know? There's so many stars that are dying now, and I'm thinking I'm still here. How fucking lucky am I, you know? And just when I think I'm not going to be here anymore, something up there says, not yet, you know? So, I think you guys are playing a part of that story for me. And that's it. So, God bless everybody. Rock and roll. Our memories are what keeps us going, and I hope I brought you guys some good memories with Kiss
Vinnie, we
and
love
everybody
you,
else.
man.
Love you!
Fucking love you.
Thanks so much, everybody. Good to see you. Thanks so much. Okay, I love you guys. Thanks for everything. Everybody have a safe trip home. You guys are traveling? Yes. Vinnie Vincent, Fish Shred, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support.
50 guys here watching.
50 guys here. I'm so honored. Thank you so much. And I love you all. Keep rocking, everybody.
Thank you. You are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinnie.
You guys have safe trip back, okay?
Thank you very much.
He's getting bombarded.
Thank you so much. Hope you guys had a good time. My friends. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Okay.
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Bridgeport.
Where did you go to school? You might have went with my sister.
Central?
Did she? You went to Central? My sister went to Central too.
1970.
Yeah, I went to Black Rock Elementary.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love you, Vinny. Watch your hand.
Thank you, guys. See you. Thank you, my friend. Okay. I hope that everyone's Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you. I love you. Okay? Okay. We'll see you soon. Okay?
I'm from Detroit.
Love you guys. Thanks so much. Thank you, everybody. Love you all. Yes. One last thing.